Just put them. Maybe. Don't just tell her. Just tell her. So. Right. See that? I know, I just saw you. That I didn't know. I don't. Also, he's not from here, but the family is. Oh. Yeah. It'll be in the paper. Richard. Okay. I'm tired. I'm tired too. I just started falling and so. I will do it. So, yeah, but it's really, hey, what am I back out? I said, we had terrible, no, we had 50, this was, yeah, screen, like, screen was also. Oh my God. So today, Bunch of rabbis. Bunch of how you doing? Good. Did you so you saw that's what it said. Really pushed the life out of it. What I'm thinking of doing. It's so funny to see. Yeah. Yeah. She was section C. I was section F. I still don't know why. She was like Adele. Adele? I can't walk tonight. Away. It's your shoes. Yeah, I know. When you have to do that, we start with sure. Oh, he doesn't know. That's right. All right.
Unusual.
Just a few words.
Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da.
Bum, bum.
Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da.
Bum, bum.
Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da.
Bum.
Da da. Yeah, da da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da. Da da da. Yeah, da 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 da.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Yes.
Hey.
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Look at the wind blew in tonight, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the
Good
neighborhood.
to see you, Rabbi.
Thanks.
Welcome back, Kata. Anyway, it's time for some good news. If we have any good news, raise your hands. And okay, good. We have someone with some good news, and Vanna is going to come over and tell you what to do.
Hi, my name is Loretta Band, and on Wednesday night, Sisterhood came together and we had a beautiful mitzvah night where we packed over 30 personal care packages for Haven that I delivered on Thursday, and they were so happy to receive everything. So it was a nice night.
That was beautiful.
nice
Yeah,
Awesome. Great. 30, that's great.
Rabbi, that's a microphone, not a hearing aid.
Oh, I was trying to listen.
Yeah, I know what you were doing, yeah. He was listening into the microphone to see. Could you speak up a little bit, please?
It actually fit in my ear. That's the
Yeah, I
funny
heard
part.
it. Anyone else have any good?
Anybody else?
Hi, Vay.
Well, my name is Adele.
Hi, Adele.
And tomorrow is my son's 38th birthday.
Really?
Wow.
Which son?
Eric.
We know that
Eric's
one.
38?
Well, he's 37 and 363 days.
Wow, that's amazing. Mazel tov. Wish him a mazel tov. I might do it myself. We'll see. Well, that's great. Nice start. Good to see everybody again. Thank you, Adele. We're going to begin our services, as we always do, remembering that the world needs us to pray for peace. The world certainly needs peace and kindness and happiness, and
Absolutely.
the angels need to come down and help us feel that love, feel the peace. So we're going to turn to page 13, and we're going to begin our service with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Let's turn to page 14 and Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdach eritzonach yarutz avdach kimo ayal yishtachaveh emu hatarach yerav lo yedidu tav Minoch Betzug Bechotam
Let's read together the Sabbath prayer, bottom of 14. Dear God, help us now to make this a new Shabbat. After noise, we seek quiet. After crowds of indifferent strangers, we seek to touch those we love. After concentration on work and responsibility, we seek freedom to meditate, to listen to our inward selves. We open our eyes to the hidden beauties and the infinite possibilities in the world you are creating. We break open the gates of the reservoirs of goodness and kindness in ourselves and in others. We reach toward one holy, perfect moment of Shabbat. Lechu Neranena, page 15.
Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Ladonai. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Ladonai. Naria, Naria, Litzo Yeshenu Nikadma, Fana Betoda. Naria, Naria, Litzo Yeshenu, Bizmi wrote Naria lo. Lechu Niranina, Lechu Niranina, Lechu Lechu Niranina Ladonai. Lechu Niranina, Lechu Niranina, Lechu Lechu Niranina Ladonai.
El Gadol.
Arbaim Shana, Akut Bedor, Valmaram Toev Levavhem, Vehem Lo Yadu Drachai, Hashem Nishbati Viapi, Im Yevaun El Menuchati.
Let's read on page 16 responsively the Psalm 96 on page 16. Sing a new song to Adonai, acclaim Adonai, all people on earth.
Sing to Adonai, proclaim each day God's awesome might, announce to the world God's glory and wonders.
For Adonai is great, deserving of praise. Adonai alone is to be revered as God.
All of the gods of the nations are nothingness, but Adonai recreated the heavens.
Majesty and might accompany God's splendor and strength adorn God's sanctuary.
Acknowledge Adonai, all families of nations. Acclaim God's majestic power. Acknowledge God's glory and bring him tribute.
Worship Adonai in resplendent reverence. Let the earth tremble in God's presence.
Declare to the world that Adonai is sovereign. God has steadied the world, which stands firm and judges all nations with fairness.
Let the heavens rejoice, the earth be glad, let the sea and all it contains exult.
And let field and forest sing for joy. Adonai comes to rule the earth, to rule the world justly, the nations with faithfulness. Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, Yiramayamum lo, Yalo sarai v'chol asher bo, az yiranenu kol hatzeyar. Lifnei Adonai kiva, kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tebel b'tzedek, v'yamim be'emunato.
As we now turn to page 20, we'll ask you to rise. Mizmor David, we rise, page 20.
Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai kavod va'oz, Havul Adonai kevod shimo, Ishtachavu Adonai behadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod hirim Adonai, Al mayim rabim, Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behada, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vayishabir Adonai et azei halvanon, Vayakidem kimo egel, Lebanon b'Sirion kimo, ven re'emim, Kol Adonai chotev lahamotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yecholel layalot, Vayachasof ye'arot, uv'hechalo kulo merkavod. Adonai lamavu yashav, vayeshav Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz li'amod yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
And you may be seated, page 21, Lechadodi, every other stanza.
Lechadodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat lekabela, Lechadodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Shamo v'zacho b'dibor echad, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורק קומי אורי, אורי אורי שדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כי אמסוס חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. Page 23, we will read responsibly the Psalm for Shabbat. It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God.
To affirm your love each morning and your faithfulness each night, to the music of the lute and the melody of the harp.
Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation.
How vast your works, Adonai. Your designs are beyond our grasp.
The thoughtless cannot comprehend, the foolish cannot fathom this.
The wicked may flourish, springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed, for you are supreme forever.
Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish. All the wicked shall crumble.
But me you have greatly exalted. I'm anointed with fragrant oil. I've seen the downfall of my foes, and I've heard the despair of my attackers.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. They shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will thrive in the courts of our God.
And they shall bear fruit even in old age, and they shall be ever fresh and fragrant to proclaim, Adonai is just, my rock, in whom there ain't no flaw.
Four lines from the bottom.
Tzadik atama yifrach, ke'erez bavanon yizkeh, shetolim meveit Adonai, mechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od yenuvum beseba, deshenim verananim yeyu lehagid ki ashar Adonai tzuri v'lo avlatabo. Eidotecha ne'amnu me'od, halavecha nava kodesh Adonai liorech yamim.
So before we announce the mourners' Kaddish for those saying Kaddish or observing a yahrzeit, I have some sad news to pass along from our congregation, and this congregation has going to see two announcements going out after Shabbat tomorrow night. We offer condolences to our members, Annabelle and Suzanne Swartz, on the loss of Norman Swartz. His funeral will be this Sunday at 1:30 p.m. at the Pride of Lynn Cemetery, and Shiva times will be announced through the week next week. We don't have the times yet, but they will be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Look for an email after Shabbat tomorrow night coming from our shul regarding that, and our condolences to the Swartz family. Also, sad news came in this evening right as Shabbat was about to begin, and so this will go out again tomorrow evening. Condolences to the family of Joseph Cranston, the husband of Tracy Cranston and the father of Jacob. He passed away, and the funeral service will be private. Shiva will be private. Information will go out tomorrow night after Shabbat. We offer our condolences to Tracy and her family on this very sad news. With that, we now say to those of you who are saying Kaddish or observing the Yortzeit to rise now, page 24, for the words of the mourner's Kaddish.
V'yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalmad divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chaye chon uv'yomei chon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. B'gala uv'zman kariv v'yimru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam umeomaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal. Shmei dekucha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Tamiram bi'alma v'yamru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu. Gal kol Yisrael v'yamru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen.
Amen.
And now we all rise for the Baruch Hu, top of page 28.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. We continue silently, the middle of page 28.
Baruch Adonai Elohim melech haolam asher b'vorav. Umavhirim emevi laila, umavdil v'yom laila Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai.
Shemo.
Amari barabim, ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu v'kumeinu. Nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, u'vahem nehege, Yomam v'layla v'yavatcha tasim imenu le'olamim. Baruch ata Adonai
Shemo.
Ohev amo Yisrael.
Top of page 30.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha v'lechtecha v'derech v'shachbecha v'bekumecha v'kushatam liot al yodecha v'ayu l'totafot b'neinecha v'ketavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'visharecha.
Im Shemoah tishma v'tzedai Hashem. Olive can be on love.
Leman yibu yemechem v'yimei v'nechem al hadama asher nishba Adonai lavotechem latet lahem Kim Yashamayim al haaretz.
Together, page 31.
By Yomer Adonai, Moshe Lemor, Daber el bnei Yisrael v'amata leihem, v'yasu lahem tzitzit, al kanfei bigdeihem ledorotam v'natnu, al tzitzit hakanaf atil techelet, v'haya lachem letzitzit, Baritem oto, uzachatem ekom izvot Adonai, yasitem otam filotaturu, acharei levavkem, acharei einechem, asher atem zonim achareihem, leman tizkaru, yasitem ekom izvotai, bitem kedoshim lelohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Middle of page 32.
Umalchuto bratzon kiblo aleihem Moshe b'nei Yisrael lechanu shira v'simcha raba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh norah tehilot Osei pehela malchut charavu banecha rokeyam lifnei Moshe ze Elianu b'yamru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'nemar kibbutz et Yaakov uga'alo mi'achazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai go al Yisrael.
Let's read together, top of page 33. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace and guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guide our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praise that you are Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Ushmor tzeitenu, hovoeinu, l'chaim ul'shalom, me'ata b'yad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, baruch ata Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'yal kol amo Yisrael, v'yal Yerushalayim.
Now we rise for the Vishamru, top of page 34. Let's sing together.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael
Et ha-Shabbat Shabbos Lasod ha-Shabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam
Olam
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Et
ha-Shabbat lasod et ha-Shabbat
Ledorotam Berit Olam
Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos Lasod ha-Shabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam
Yisheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'yet ha'aretz v'shamru
b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos Lasod Hashava ledorotam berit olam.
V'yom hashvi'i Shabbat, v'yinafa Shabbat, v'yinafa Shabbat, v'yinafash
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et
HaShabbat
Shabbos la'asot HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
B'yalma divrach Yirutei v'yamlich malchutei
B'chayechon u'yom echon u'b'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv yimeru. Amen.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbam Mevarach
Alam alam me'omaya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei L'Kodeshah
Barichu
Le'elam yikol b'chatav v'shirata tush b'chatav v'nechemata dam yihiram b'yalma v'yimaru.
Amen.
Amen.
So we remain standing for the Amidah, page 35B or A, your choice, and through page 38. When you're done, you may be seated.
Let's turn to page 38 and read the middle part together. And when we reach that word Redeemer, we're going to stop and pray for peace.
My God, keep my tongue from evil and my lips from lies.
Help me ignore those who would slander me.
Let me be humble before all.
Open my heart to your Torah, that I may pursue your mitzvot. Frustrate the designs of those who plot evil against me. Make nothing of their schemes. Act for the sake of your compassion, your power, your holiness, and your Torah. Answer my prayer for the deliverance of your people. May the
words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, my rock and my redeemer.
Roseh shalom
bimromah, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, Imru, 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 Amen.
Yaseh shalom,
Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh shalom,
Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh shalom,
Oh, Yaseh shalom,
shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh shalom, shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. V'yamaru, amen.
May the one who brings peace to his universe bring peace to us, to all the people of Israel, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, and all who dwell on this earth.
Let us say amen.
Amen. All right,
Now-
for those of you that would like to pray for those who are sick, who are not feeling
so
well,
good, yeah.
as Rabbi Bernie says,
They're
for
not
those
feeling
that are not feeling very well,
Yes.
we pray for the people's recovery, and when I stop, you may say the name or names of people you are praying for, and then we will continue.
Kol ha'cholim v'rishim ha'shalem. Yivu b'kasha.
כל החולים בקהילה, קדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם להחזיקם ולפרותם וישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים ופרטנו בשבט הגוף בתוך שחל ישוע שבתים ולזעוק כפוע קרבו לבוא. השתה בקרב הזמן הקריב ונאמר אמן. May God bring blessing and healing to all those mentioned, all those we know of, those we may not know of, those on our list, personal lists and our temple list, those who suffer illness within the congregational family. May the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, mercifully restore them to health and the vigor, granting them physical and spiritual well-being together with people everywhere who may be ill. Misha Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Be'erach Nimotenu Mikor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And now we turn to page 47 and we rise. Page 47.
Vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzivam vayichal Elohim vayom hashvi melachto asher asa vayishpot vayom hashvi mikol melachto asher asa. Vayavarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi, Vayikadesh oto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Asher bara Elohim, Asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu, Eloi Abraham, Eloi Yitzchak, Eloi Yaakov, Eloi Sarah, Eloi Rivka, Eloi Rachel, Eloi Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Konei Shamayim v'Haaretz.
And you may be seated, and the volunteers handing out the wine and grape juice shall do so now. Page 47 at the bottom.
Magen avot bidvaro, mechaye metim b'ma'amaro, ha'el hakadosh en kamohu, hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נבוא וירא בפחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעון הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה ליעמדו שני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית.
Page 48.
אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך ותקלקנו בתורתך. סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו מאהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Yikaral v'yikarash shemei Rabbah. Yama dibrachi rutei v'yamak tei b'chaychonu v'yamechonu v'chadekol be'Yisrael b'agalav izman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olam me'omaya.
Yitbarach
V'yishtabach v'yibar v'yiromah v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalav shmei l'kudeshah.
Barichu
li'elam min chavakatav v'shiratav tushbachatav v'nakamatah dami rabbi yama v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. Tikabal sultan aboton de Israel kadam v'hon v'shmai v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemai v'chamalei v'kol Israel v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
We're going to rise for Kiddush, page 49. Rabbi Bernie.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'yavav ratzon hinkilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom techila l'mikrei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu bakata yatanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yahava uvratzon inkaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat.
Amen. You may be seated when you've completed your wine, grape juice, and someone will pick it up.
It was grape juice. No,
That's why.
might feel like it.
I just wanted to say a few words tonight. It's like a Devar Torah. You know, it's not a political speech, but I just felt that, you know, with this particular week coming up, that I just needed to talk to you about some things that are going to happen over the next 6 weeks. So in the 6 weeks preceding Pesach, during the months of Adar and Nisan, there occur 4 special Shabbat Sabbaths called Shekalim, Zachor, Para, and Shabbat HaKodesh. In addition, the Sabbath immediately prior to Pesach is called Shabbat HaGadol. So the 4 parashiot are distinguished by additional readings from the Torah. Hence the reason we're going to take out 2 Torahs on those weeks. The first one, called Shabbat Shekalim, not to be plural with shikar, it's Shekalim, comes from the word shekel, is actually tomorrow Shabbat. Every male Israelite aged 20 and up had to contribute a half a shekel annually to the maintenance of the temple before the 1st of Nisan. So in order to remind the people of this duty, proclamation was to be made the 1st of Adar that a half shekel was due. Since Jews came to the synagogue on Shabbat, it was instituted on the Shabbat preceding the 1st of Adar. The Torah reading would conclude the passage regarding the commandment to give the half shekel. So the Haftarah is from Kings 2, which is an account of the gifts contributed for the repair of the temple and the reign of King Yehoash. The Shabbat preceding Purim is called Shabbat Zachor. We read about the battle of Amalek from the second Torah, the first word being Zachor, which means remember. The reading is associated with Purim because of the tradition that Haman was a descendant of the Amalekites, since he was called an Agagite, and Agag was a king of the Amalekites in the time of Samuel. The third of the fourth Shabbat is called Shabbat Parah. In biblical times, all Israelites came to Jerusalem on Pesach in order to offer the Paschal lamb. Of course, we all know that. They had to be in a state of ritual purity to perform this rite. Since the ashes of the red heifer, Parah Adumah was called, were used in the process of purification, this passage read from the second Torah served to remind those who were not in a state of purity to take the necessary steps. The fourth of the four Shabbats, called Shabbat HaChodesh. It's read on the Shabbat preceding the month of Nisan, or on the 1st of Nisan, if the calendar happened to come out that way. The portion of Rosh Chodesh is read from the second Torah, as all these other parashiot. This Sabbath celebrates the arrival of the month of Nisan, not tomorrow, but in 4 weeks, during which the liberation of the children of Israel took place. The Haftarah from the prophet Ezekiel contains a description of the sacrifices to be brought on the 1st of Nisan, Pesach, and other festivals of the future of the temple. The final Shabbat, as I mentioned, takes place the Shabbat before Pesach. It's called Shabbat Hagadol. Gadol, that's one of the first words we learned, in Hebrew school in that first year. The great Shabbat, because of the importance of the approaching festival. One scholar said that Shabbat before each of the festivals was originally called Shabbat Hagadol, but because of the instructions sought and given respecting the observance of the coming festival, it became the Shabbat before Pesach, possibly because in the case, questions were more numerous. So another possible reason for the name is that the Haftarah speaks of the great day of the Lord on which the Mashiach will appear. Regarding the month of Nisan itself, by the way, because of Pesach, it takes on a nature of a festive occasion. So we don't say Tachnun from the whole month. So those of you who do Sunday morning services and evening services, no Tachnun. Whenever there's a happy occasion or a sad occasion, we don't do Tachnun, which of course is we're reaching to God and asking for forgiveness. So we drop that for the whole month of Nisan. So there you have it. Before Pesach, we have to donate to our places of worship. We have to remember that we have enemies that want to destroy us in every generation. That's the Zachor. We need to prepare mentally and physically for the holiday. That's the Red Heifer holiday. And we need to learn and study about the holiday so we can observe it correctly and teach our children about the holiday as well. So I just want to mention one other holiday. That's a good place to stop, but I have to mention one other holiday where we start to prepare a month before. Anybody know? We prepare a month ahead for another holiday. So here we have Pesach. It's actually 6 weeks ahead. Anybody guess? Want to throw it out there? Rosh Hashanah. That's correct. I knew I'd hear that. The month before is called the month of Elul. We do 3 things before Rosh Hashanah. First, we sound the shofar every morning after Shachri. So the 30th day of and the first day of Elul, both called Rosh Chodesh, but we don't do the shofar until the first day of Elul, just to let you know, after services every morning. Second, we recite Psalm 27, LeDavid Ori, the psalm for the season of repentance, after the daily psalm of the day. So that would be the last psalm that we say. So we say LeDavid Ori, Monas Kaddish, and then we sound the shofar. The third one, anybody going to guess? I don't think you will. Cook. That's part of the preparation too, but this has something a little to do with it. The third thing we do is that we count our sheep and put aside a tithe for the temple and the Levites. Our sheep today, of course, is our money. That's why it's a mitzvah to make a high holiday pledge, a tenth after taxes. I'm giving you a break. So all our holidays, including Shabbat, are important, as we need to take the time to prepare for them both physically and emotionally and learn about them as well, because it was all that we say in the Shema every time, twice a day. Vishinan tam levanach, you have to teach your children diligently. So you can't teach your kids unless you know it yourselves. So I say, take the time, study about the laws of Passover. It's coming up. When the Seder comes up, I'm going to have to say, you have to know the story of Passover. I have to say, on a personal level, I used to do it in Hebrew, the whole Hebrew. For me, it was meaningful. I loved doing it in Hebrew. If there was too much English, it was distracting for me. And I realized, after I got married, that everybody at my table didn't understand one word I was talking about. It was useless, senseless. It was ridiculous. It defeated the whole purpose of what Passover was supposed to be. I was supposed to tell the people at the table what the Passover story was all about. I completely changed. I changed my whole Haggadah, became one more English, and we had a discussion, and I felt good to say that at least the end of the Seder, the people understood the story. So I encourage you all to do the same thing. With that, Shabbat Shalom, and we'll continue on.
So the month of Nisan is the month of redemption?
Yes, and it's a happy month,
So
the whole month.
So that commercial was right when they said Nisan saves.
Yes.
Let us turn to page 51 and rise for Aleinu. Page 51, we rise.
Aleinu l'shabach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asan kriyei haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kohem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, v'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu notet shamayim miyosei la'aretz Umoshev yikaro b'shamayim ima'al Ushkinatu zo begavhei meromim Hu Eloheinu einod Memet malkeinu efes ulato Kakatu b'torato, v'yadata hayom, yashivota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, b'shamayim mimal, v'al haaretz, mitachad ein od. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch li olam va'ed v'nema, Haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shema echad, u'shema echad.
And we may be seated again. Our condolences to the Cranston and the Schwartz family on their loss this week. And this week, the congregation will lovingly recall the yortzites of William Baker, Ida Snyder, Ruth Goldstein, Gail Greenberg, Harris Marlin, Doris Pruss, William Wolarski, Abraham Taub, Ruth White Yetner, Deborah White Freeman, Abraham H. Goldstein, Isabel Kresker, Eileen Batcherman, Jean Lipskin, Maurice Littner, Philip Orloff, Morris Ragoza, Max Swartz, Glenn Yanko, Mary Gordon, and Barbara Merstein. Are there any others? May the faith that binds us to our loved ones be a continuing source of comfort as we invite those mourning and observing a yahrzeit to now rise and to praise God's name with the Kaddish, page 52. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei, v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'yamru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam, olomei olmaya. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yipa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei d'kodesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tu'ushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiram v'alma v'yamru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru, amen. Amen. Again, I just want to say welcome back, Rabbi Bernie. It's so nice to work with you. It really is. I'd like to call upon right now to give our announcements. Right now, I'd like to call upon Paula. Well, actually, the person who's on the list is not here. So, Paula.
It's in English. It's in English.
Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow, Saturday morning services will begin at 9:30 a.m. A special thank to the Shamuels for sponsoring tomorrow's Kiddush, luncheon in memory of Lila's mother and Steve's father. It says read Saturday only, but I did it ahead of time. Evening Minyan, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. in person and virtual. Sunday morning Minyan will be at 9 a.m., followed by a light breakfast and study. Join us on Mondays and Wednesdays for Zumba and fitness, Tuesdays for Israeli dancing. The Sisterhood Calendar Raffle is a great way to support our sisterhood and perhaps win some prizes. Mail your check to Beth Hoffman. The next Adult Education Book Club will meet on Thursday, March 2nd. Our book selection this month is The Book of Separation by Tova Mervis. Save the dates. Purim celebration on Monday, March 6th at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday, March 12th for our Purim Carnival and lunch. And hard to believe, however, our 7th annual First Night Seder will be held on Wednesday, April 5th. The Men's Club Shabbat is Friday, March 17th. Please contact Richard Strauss for either a Hebrew or English part as soon as possible. As you can see, there's a lot happening at Temple Ner Tamid. Information for all events can be found on our weekly e-blast. Shabbat Shalom.
Boy, you're talking a lot of things going on. Kol Nidre will be held next week. Boy, years are going by, aren't they? Just amazing how fast.
You know, it's funny. You said after Chanukah, so we have to start preparing for Pesach. I go, oh, that's crazy. What are you talking about? And here it is.
That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. And here we're doing Shabbat Shekalim tomorrow.
That's how fast the years go by. And thank God this winter has been nice and mild. It's been warm. All these people wasting money going to Florida. There's no reason to. Stay right here. Page 53, we'll conclude with Yigdal, 53.
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yish tabach nimtza v'yeneit el mitziuto
Echad v'yen yachid ki yichudo Elelam v'gam ein sof leyachduto
Ein lo demot haguf v'yen no guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato L'chol davar asher nivra rishon v'yemeshit l'reshito Hino adon olam b'chol notza Yoreh gedulato malchuto
Shefan nebuato netano El anshe segulato v'tifarto
Lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od Navi umabir et emunato
Orad emet natan leyamo el al
Yad neviyo neman beito Lo yachalif ho'el ve'lo yamidato לעולמים לזולתו.
סוף ויודע
סתרנו,
מביט בסוף דבר
בקדמתו. גומר לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כרשעתו. סלח לקץ ימים משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו. מתים יחיה ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו. מתים יחיה ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו.
And love our God restores the life of all our souls. May God be ever praised until eternity. Shabbat shalom to all of us here and to all of you on Zoom. Shabbat shalom. And to all of you on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever else you're pirating our signal from. Shabbat shalom to you.
Shabbat shalom. Hey.
Yeah, it was funny because last week, yeah, including the house. I walked in, I went, oh, wait a minute, I gotta do that first.
Although the words are big, anyway.
They're munched. If you look at them, they're pushed together. Versus the one that I give you, the trunk tree. They're munched, right? So.
We always go through that.
Yeah.
That's so
This
funny.
isn't fair, you know.
Too funny.
Yes. How are you? Good to see you. I saw you down there. How are you? I almost